Hello friends, this is Technical Experience, and after a long gap I have come up with a new video on recent development in power system protection that is implemented in Indian power system network very recently. As there is no particular standard in the power system protection in India, so it is not mandatory for all the constituents to implement all these recent changes into their system. However, in the central sector transmission system, these changes has already been implemented or being implemented. However, in the private sector as well as in the state sectors, these protection schemes are not being taken into account till now. Let's talk about the changes. Number 1. It is related to protection of short transmission lines. If we talk about the short transmission lines, in 400 kV, it is considered as the transmission line which are 50 kilometers and below are considered as short transmission lines. And in 132 kV and above, the short transmission lines are considered as 10 kilometers or below. Earlier, the graded protection system, that is distance protection systems, were used to use in protection of transmission lines. However, in the recent development, it has been mandated that for the short transmission lines, as mentioned above, the differential protection instead of distance protection will be used for the protection of transmission lines. As in 400 kV system, there are two main protection relays used for the protection of the transmission lines. So, among those two main protection relays, one of the relay will be changed to differential protection. However, in 132 kV lines, we know only one distance protection relays are used for the protection of the line. Hence, in the case of 132 kV lines, whenever the transmission line is below 10 kilometers, the main protection relay will be differential protection or unit protection from now onwards. Now, let's talk about the second change. In second change, it is related to auto recloser scheme of three-phase auto recloser. If we talk about the auto recloser scheme implemented in India, there are two types of auto recloser scheme, that is single phase auto reclose and three-phase auto reclose. Friends, if you want to know more about three-phase auto reclose and single phase auto reclose, you can refer to my earlier video. I'll share the links in the description box. In the same video, you will come to know about the deadline auto reclose as well as checksync auto reclose also. Friends, if we talk about the auto reclose in 132 kV system, there is single phase auto reclose as well as three phase auto reclose. In GAN operated circuit breakers wherever used, the three phase auto recloser schemes are implemented. So in the case of three phase auto recloser scheme, both the substations which are connected on either side of the transmission line get disconnected because of the tripping of the transmission line. So whenever the line auto recloses, that time one of the substation is reclosed first and the other substation is reclosed after a time delay. So the substation which is getting reclosed first and the substation which is getting reclosed later, that is called checksync auto reclose. That means in the case of substation which is getting reclosed later, all the synchronizing parameters like voltage, frequency and the phase angle are being checked before auto reclose. It is observed many times that in the case of three-phase auto reclose, whenever it is checksync auto reclose, then the time taken for the voltage to get stabilized is more than 1200 or 1500 milliseconds. So, for a healthy or successful checksync auto reclose to be taken, we have to give a time delay of more than 1500 milliseconds. So, for that reason, the earlier time was 1000 to 1200 milliseconds, which is now changed to 2 seconds, that is 2000 milliseconds for checksync auto reclose. Let's talk about the third change. It is related to Buzzword schemes. In the recent times, most of the substations in central sector are being changed from AIS to GIS. So, in this transformation, the Buzzword schemes of the substations are also changed. In 132 kV level, we used to see the preferred Buzzword scheme used in substations are main and transfer scheme. However, with the change from AIS to GIS, the main and transfer scheme mostly used in 132 kV system are being changed to double main scheme. Though the advantage of double main scheme in 132 kV level over main and transfer scheme not yet known. Friends, Hope you have liked the video, though these informations are already known to many of the viewers, those who are working in the central sector. However, the friends, those who are working in state sector or private sector, this type of changes or the developments are not known to them.